Hey, what's up, Vikings? Back with a new video. You still enjoying Valheim? You having fun playing with your friends and family? Maybe if you don't have any friends and family, you're playing by yourself. Either way, you're probably having a lot of fun. And super excited because Valheim has a lot of cool stuff coming out in the future. So as the developers continue to release new stuff, we want to test out the new stuff and play with it. But we also needed to update our menu system because in the future, we are going to be releasing a web GUI that will allow you to manage your Valheim install all from the browser. And if you wish to use the menu system in the Linux environment backend, you have that capability as well. But I wanted to show you how easy it was to update your menu system because in the future we are going to get rid of the menu.sh and the advanced menu.sh, and you're only going to have the Njord Menu.sh from here on out. So the install process is easy. The upgrade process is even easier. So let me just walk you through that real quick, and then I have to get onto a different video I got to make. So this is what your menu system normally looks like. All you have to do is update your menu system. Press 1, update the Njord menu from GitHub. It'll reach out, it'll update. I already have it updated, so it's not going to update for me. And then exit. And then do a chmod plus X on the Njord menu. And that's going to be a brand new menu file that you haven't seen before. And now that it's ready to go, just launch it as normal. If you need to use sudo, use sudo. If you play in root like I do, living on the edge, do it from root. Just hit /Njord menu, press return, and by default, stuff's going to look broken. And that's fine because we have to update the system. So what the menu system is going to do, it's going to redo the folder structure. It's going to set everything up so that if you wish to install multiple Valheim instances in the future, you can do that. And for those that don't understand what that means, like Zero, what does that mean? I don't get it. Well, maybe you want to have a Valheim vanilla load and a Valheim modded load. Now, both of those instances can run on the same server if you have enough system resources, meaning enough CPU and enough RAM. I highly recommend 4 CPUs and 8 gigs of RAM if you want to run more than 2 Valheim instances. So yeah, here's the menu system, pretty straightforward. You will see a new option down here, it says upgrade old menu to the new Njord menu. Press 0000, hit return, and it's going to do everything for you. You don't even have to worry about anything. It's going to go through, rebuild the configuration files. It's going to rebuild the system configuration files. It's going to restructure the way the world.db and world.fwl files are saved and stored. And you don't have to sweat at all. You just upgrade it and then carry on like you normally do. So once this is done, the menu system will open back up. And now you can see everything is showing like it does. The only step you have to do after this is enable public listing or disable public listing. You have to run that option one more time because the way the configuration files were saved previously, that particular variable does not carry over. So just, I want to enable it. I hit 11. It's going to make my server publicly viewable. And again, if you don't want it, just hit 12 and it'll flag that as 0 and it'll make your public not publicly visible. And that's it. It's good to go. So you still have all these cool features. The really cool thing here is number 3, where you can actually add another Valheim instance if you wish. If you're running your Valheim server inside your home on your own virtual system and you have firewall issues, we have added a firewall menu option in here. You just have to go into the configuration file and say that you want to use the firewall system. If not, by default, it's kind of disabled because we don't want users to mess with the firewall locally, because more than likely, if you're using DigitalOcean, Google, Azure, AWS, they have firewall systems built in. The GUI dashboards for each of the instances that you're running, and you can control your firewall from there. But if you're running this inside your home, then we've added a bunch of cool stuff in there for you. But yeah, everything else is here like normal. And then you will see if you want to play with mods or not mods. You can actually enable Valheim Plus if you want, and you can use BepInEx if you want. Some people ask what's the difference. Valheim Plus comes with a bunch of mods already, and BepInEx is just the capability for you to pick and choose whatever mods you want on your own. So you have to install them on the server and also install them on your client. But yeah, the really cool feature is adding another Valheim instance. So you can actually go in here, press 3, and for option 2, you can set up another Valheim server if you want. So you just press like 2, and then fill out the information like you normally do. So if you want to do like zeros testing server 2 world name, I'm going to do world name 2. Pick a different port. Don't pick the same port that you used before. I recommend using 2459, which is listed there in green, so you're not confused. And if you want it to be public, and then the password that you want for your server, and then it will go through the whole process. It'll download another copy of Valheim server. It will build it in its own separate folder directory, and then you will have 2 instances of Valheim running. Now again, make sure you have enough RAM. So I highly recommend 4 CPUs, 8 gigs of RAM if you're going to run more than one Valheim instance. I tried to do it with 2 gigs of RAM and it crashed. And you'll see, like, if you don't have enough RAM and the services aren't staying up, if you go into your syslog, you will see out of memory errors, and that just means you run out of memory. And of course, if you have any questions or difficulties with whatever, jump into our Discord. Our community is pretty awesome. They've been helping out. I think we've helped over, at least 5,000 people. I mean, we have 50,000 plus downloads of the Njord Menu. It's been great. Super great. And I don't ask for anything. I don't ask for you to sub or subscribe or donate or do all that crazy stuff. We know the channels that do that. I just want to give you a tool so that you can just have fun. So let it just finish its thing. And then I'm going to show you what the folder structure looks like. Hopefully this one with 4 gigs of RAM will survive temporarily enough for me to show you. And we'll see what happens. So there's another install, it's done. I can go back to the main menu. And then don't worry about this. This resets every hour. This will update when you launch the menu again. But here's the cool thing. Current Valheim instance, world name 2. And down here at the bottom, you can see option 99, change world session. So you can press 99, and then your worlds actually pop up. World name 1, world name 2. And these will be whatever your world is named, right? Obviously. So if I want to go back to world name 1, I just press 1, and now I'm in world name 1 instance. Now let's take a look at the folder structure real quick. So if I go cd/home, we look here, there's a Steam folder and there's a Steam backup. Now I had the script make a Steam backup folder of before it upgrades everything, because just in case something happens crazy or you don't have the same type of pathing because you're installing on some weird system or you're an advanced user, a backup file will be made. Because really there's only 2 files you should ever really care about for Valheim, and that is your world.db file and your world.fwl file. That's all you need. If your system completely crashes, you just take those 2 files, drop it where it needs to go, edit your configuration file, you're good to go. So now if we go into cd steam, we will see that there is a Valheim server folder, which is there before, but more importantly, there is a worlds.txt file. So if we cat that world.txt file, that is going to store all the current worlds that you have. And then anytime you add a new world, if you add 3 Valheim instances or 4 Valheim instances, it'll go in there. So do not delete that file. You kind of need it. But now if we go into cd config and we go to where the worlds are saved, we come into here And now you can see world name 1 and world name 2 folder. Don't worry about these other 4 folders. In the future, these will be deleted. I just want to make sure that if for some reason someone does mess up, there's a second backup somewhere else. But if we go into world name 1 and take a look, there's our admin list, our ban list, our permitted list, our preferences, and inside the worlds directory, we have the 2 important files that we need, the .db and the .wf file. Now, if we go back to the Steam, and that will be the same as world name 2 right here. So world name 2 will have the same type of files inside of it. So if we go back into the Steam directory, go into the Valheim server, take a look inside there. Now we have 2 separate installs. We have world name 1 and world name 2. So if I go into world name 1, all the Valheim install files are in there. How it executes with the rest of the servers, you can see this new start script right here. That's how it's going to execute, right? And if we look up the Valheim services, you can see 2 new services were created as well. So we have Valheim _ world name 1 service and Valheim _ world name 2 service. Now, if this is chugging along still, we can actually see the services running. And there you go. So we have 2 Valheim instances running. You can see world name 1 and world name 2. They're running. I'm almost maxing out my RAM. And I promise you, if I log in and the world actually starts building, this will max out and then it'll crash. But yeah, so everything's running. It's good to go. Feel free to upgrade your menu system because, again, in the future, we're getting rid of the older menus and we're prepping for the web GUI. So if you have any questions, let me know. Jump in Discord if you have any issues, and we will be more than happy to help you. Happy gaming and have fun. Take it easy.